Hi everybody, good afternoon. I'm doing walkthrough for this new room, what do you call it? Superdecoder without an R. Test your animation skill in this boot to brute machine. It's an AD machine. They tell us Superdecoder is an intense engaging challenge in which player must compromise domain controller by exploiting Kerberos authentication, navigating through SMB share, performing password spraying, and utilizing pass the hash technique. Prepare to test your skill and strategies in multi-faceted cybersecurity adventure. So you can see they already tell us the road. So somehow we exploiting the Kerberos authentication, we get access to share, pass on password spray, pass the hash. There's a couple of try. There's one. They start TryHackMe in room. The easy one for basic enumeration, and then there is the next one is AD authentication enumeration. This one start with a simple nmap and then listing MP. Try to without anonymous minus n. For example, this room. What that manage an option with no password. So we already got you can see the common Microsoft stuff, the SMB, HTTPS, LPD. What's this one? Microsoft Active Directory, LDAP, 3389, RDP, and then where is the that's it. So because it's an SMB, the room audit tell you that. So we can start with the normal like what they did in TryHackMe, the SMB client, and see what we can get. The SMB client, some SMB. What's wrong with you? Minus L. Then we have our IP for the machine is what are you? 1010 210 140 210 140 minus, let's see if we get what we get there. Yeah, you can see now we have users, so we can assume the flag will go to somewhere. We have the backup, and we can remember the road. He said we're not getting the share straight. We need to do something first with that Kerberos authentication. So you can test that one. So if you can go there, if I go to, if I want to access, because the interesting one, look, is the backup one. But if you do S, I don't have access, so we're stuck in the access story. Now, where we get the user from? Remember, if you follow also the TryHackMe room, that one, they get that, and then the client, and then here, oh, we have our friend the enum for Linux. Did they test it? Other tool reconnaissance. Also have this one for authentication, as this is I straightly get a user through get np users. You give him a list of users to detect, so we don't have the user, where we get the user from. And then one way to get also the user, where are you? Not manual enumeration. No, this one after we get access to the system. uh, Domain enumeration, for example, LDAP search. For example, give did we got let me mute it. So we got the name of the domain. Where are you? Domain already we have it. Is we have this. So let's keep the information that we have. Let's call it Vinti. So we have some information. We have a domain there. So we got that fine. Then LDAP minus x minus h. Oh, let's copy this. I'm not typing for now. We can go same as we did that one, but this one let's try it easy because the room is easy, so we don't want to overcomplicate it. I'm not sure. We can get seed domain, so we already have, but not too much. I'm just following to see in case people follow. We have enum for Linux. If we go, we have -a the result, so we can do all. Let's see what we have. If I go enum for Linux, what did give me enum for Linux? Enum for Linux -a. And it says server doesn't allow session using username empty, password empty, so it somehow, our case, we need some kind of login. We need an account to start enumerating. We don't have that account. Now we have RP null session. For example, you connect to -user empty RPC client. So the RPC client -user empty -n. Oh, we have access denied. So how about to RPC directly? What happened? Then it asks for the password, so we stuck. So basically we don't have exactly what we have here. It's also for RD recycling. So this is interesting. We can get user for this because the RPC we can't use this one. We don't have the user. So we stuck somehow where we get the user from. So because now which tool we can for here in TryHackMe, the OD gave the user for themselves. So where they got the user from in this room? The OD make this way. Sometimes the walkthrough they have walkthrough, but too easy when real. For example, here they said you can use this get np user track, but you need to define a user for it. So we don't have any user, so we can guess which one. We can try the what IP I like to. Let's put that IP there so we can see it. I'm not doing variable. I'm not complicated things. Easy, we work easy. Lazy, we can go with what's his name, that kerbrute user user enumeration. We already have a DC, which is that IP. We already copied this, pasted directly there, and then we have the name of a domain, which is this one. Now we can test some username. For example, we can say which that famous user share with list list username. Which username we have here? Let's say the top known username. You can see is he found guest and administrator and admin. So we are cool. So the problem why we are not able to use the same as TryHackMe. This one, we don't have a user. We can't RPC without a user empty. So we have the guest. We have this guest user. So let's now. Hello. So now let's assume. Let's see that guest if it's an empty password. So the RPC. Let's see now if RPC can go it. If I say guest, and let's see if it RPC there. What's the password? Empty password. You can't. Really? Are you serious? Okay, with RPC we did. So which one? The next one we have, we can go with which one that can we can use it for these things? If I'm not mistaken, is this one the crackmapexec. Let's try that one, because now we know we have a user guest. So because we have a user guest, we can start now doing the classic crack, for example, map exec. No, remember, let me do this. So this one is only give us 3, but we need a password, but we can guess this guess is empty password for this one, easy for us to start with. So we can go to crack map, and then we can crack Windows is crack map exec SMB. We have that IP 10.10.210.140, because we have the and then we can play with the user, for example guest, then we can play with a password empty, because now we have something to use. And now we can use what do I call them, RED. So we can use this script didn't work for me. I try even put guest here, doesn't work. So that's why I'm using this crackmapexec minus guest minus password empty, get me the IDs, and then IP correct 10.10.10140. Now you see he start getting them. So now we have very interesting strange names. That's why when you think this room is sometimes it might confuse. So let's get this one and call them, for example, from users rid.txt. Let's check this file. Yeah, you can see we're more interested in this name. That's the username that we're looking for. So we've been able to use. So crackmap is doing the job of this script. I don't know, this script didn't work for me. I don't know why. So we need these things, and we can. It's part of SID type user. Let me do this, because I can grab. I don't need to make the bracket for this. Now we have that, so we can cut. Well, this one will give me not cut, the other cut. This one will, why I'm looking for this name. This one I don't need them. I'm looking for these ones, so I can just not the cat one, space, and take minus the colon 1. Let's see what. No, this one give me the file. Let's put them in users.txt. Let's go to that user.txt. Oops. Now we have some list of users. There's too many of them. 400. Shift G, go to the end. So basically, definitely this one I don't need them. Leave that firewall. where this one came from. How to delete these things now? So we have all these users now. So which one that might work for us? So we have a user. So if you're in Kerberos, what's your next move? Your next move is to use the brute things, and then usually we go to what that one? Brute, the brute. So brute force. Brute force. This is an easy room, so we are not doing. Then you can say users.txt, but here's what the problem is. So what exactly what the password will give? You use ROQ. If you use ROQ, it means you have this one like that file we got. It's let's see, why is my internet uh, got users.txt where are you? wc minus l. It's 900. So the room is easy. The room is easy, so you're not cracking the whole password or something. So the assumption here is maybe is to go to the classic one. So basically the assumption is maybe there is one account of this where the username and the password are the same. So for example, maybe this user Boxinia 6, the password is Boxinia 6, because here we don't have really a way to do it, because if we check every user and use the list of raw queue to check each one for against all the password, it just take too long, and we are not sure which one it's 979. So let's start with the easy one, because now easy room is, we assume, is like username and the password are the same. So username equal the password. So let's assume this theory that there's something like that. Now we need to create a list for us for the password, because when we use Kerberoasting, we need to have a format as username dash password, like that. So what what we can do, we can use the next function called paste and do minus d, and I want it between them dot two dots for the Kerberoasting, and then I know the two files I need is user.txt. I give it the same file, and let's see this one called users pass.txt. Let's see what happened here. So if I go now user pass, now they look user password, user password, user password, user password. So let's assume this is theory you can, and then kerbrute, kerbrute, and then we brute force and brute, not brute force, brute force, I think. We give it the file that we have now, and then we can tell him to go to the domain that we have that side, this one, and then we give it that always double dc Kerberos brute force user pass minus d double dash. It's not it is, this one is a double, this one is user, and we don't have we have a lever use it. No, we didn't try this one. I tried, it didn't work because it said no pass. That can't work, no pass. I need to figure out what's wrong with this. Any case, minus DC, and then if you do this, you get straight. It give you this one is correct. So we have this. Because the room it's easy, the assumption is does work, because you can't brute force 1000 even with your password, so your best guess is to play with the obvious one. So now because we have a new user, now we can think maybe this new user has better permission than the guest user. Now we can go to our friend, which our friend, that crackmapexec. What we can tell him, let's test the share again. Our share .10.10.10.10, and we go to 140 and tell him to go and check for me with this new user, ybob317 with the password ybob317. Let's show me the shares. Why did SMS SMB? We can read. We can read users. We can't. We still have them backup. We can go there, so we can go to users at least. So we can go to SMB client. We can go to SMB client. Should we go to domain? Let's get a domain. Local. So in type. User is ybob317, and then we wanted to go to that. Where is that thing? 10.10.210.140, and then we want to go to users. Backup, we can't access to it. Ybob, let me see. Ybob317. Really? Ybob317. ls. Now we can see that ybob317. If I do ls, if I go to, basically we're asking that whole folder is shared, so we can still empty user data and do some analyzing, like a blue team room. We can just go to the desktop where I usually find it, and then you get your user flag. So you have the user flag here. What else? Exit, of course. If you go to if you think you can go to backup, you can't. .317 ls access denied, so we can't go to backup again. Now, but at least we got a new user. So we have the guest with the password is empty, and then we have this because remember we also have the user guest with empty password, so that we know. So next one is perform Kerberos attack or dump NTLM hash via network services. For example, maybe this user can do request to Kerberos ticket TGS. Once we go to Kerberoasting, request their own ticket as REQ, things like that. So here, which one we can get here? Did they TryHackMe? No, not you. MP user. Where's the other one? The one for the ticket. Yeah, we have the hash cut. Not you. Hash cut. Then manual animation, and here they go straight inside the box. Oh no, TryHackMe, you jump in straight in this room. Blood, I didn't try the bloodhound. Yeah, I forgot to try it, to copy it to the machine. I'm not sure if it does work. This one is after you get that, you get brute. That's what we did now. The brute one, the users. We got that, and then password spraying. We can't do RPC client for whatever reason. SMB pass pool. What? Hmm. I'm interested if I run this, what happened. Let's play with it. Let's see what exactly will happen if I do this. Let's see. 10.210.140. Let's see what happens if I do this. Doesn't. Why? Why? So what's the job of this one? He's not able to access. So let's give it. We know we have our friend user. Let's start. If we start in the beginning, like user guest minus p empty. Let's see what happens. Nothing. So how about that new user ybob 317? But why no passport? What it mean no passport? Ybob 317. Hey. Oh, this ybob has something on it. Let's see. What exactly that passport do? It supports various network protocol. If anonymous access is permitted, we can retrieve the password policy without credential with the following command. Password policy. What exactly we got there? Minimum password length 7. Oh, so this ybob. So what exactly passport? If I remove that passport, what happened? Passport is the policy. Sure, sometimes. So that's why reset account lockout. Okay, that's. And then what exactly the next SMB? Now you see that's the issue of the password. Yeah, but if you use like that and you put our list of user and you put the same for the user, it will take long time. That's why we did that the paste command to generate a file. So that's it. So for Kerberoasting, we'll use. Let's close this one. For us, this is policy. So what we do, we would use the other one. What no, that get user what SPN. Yeah, that for the ticket. We give it a domain. Now what we're trying to request is to get if we can steal all the tickets or something, whatever we can get from that side. So and now we have ybob 317. Let's see what this ybob 317 can give us. Ybob 317. Of course, that command DC IP. Usually they do it like that. For 10.10.210.140. We send a request. That's the SP, the get user SP, and it's not in this room. No. We got the user, and then you do the rock queue. Because this is not no password. let me do this quickly. Let me think something. I didn't try this. Let me see what happened. Oh, we got some funny stuff now. Let me try this. Our DC is the other one. Let's put that DC there. Then we have our IP. Oh, Windows Active Directory. Yes, sometimes I get confused with it. User file. No, we have a user already. Let's see if I'm not sure. What if we say user ybob 317? Let's just accept it like that. Ybob 3. I don't think it accepts or whatever you do. Oh, you can't give username and password. I don't think we can use this one. This one is more. I don't think it's. This is more enum users. Output file, user file. It need to work with no password. So it's not that one. Let's not play with it. I don't have. So let's put this one in a file. Let's call it hashes.txt, whatever tcg we got here. Let's see what's inside. So this line I don't need it. It's just the input. So that one, the first one. What's going on here? File SV. Okay, I think let's leave it like that. If then we can go to. Let's see if hashcat can fix it. Minus M, I think 13100. User share word list row queue, I think. Okay, it's not complaining, so the format is correct. And then we can get the username. After we get the username, then our next things, because we have a username. Sorry guys, I'm getting some flu. Attack box is freezing a bit. I did it in my computer. I'm wondering now if it TryHackMe will shut down the machine. is running. I think the format is correct. So hash name hash 5 e type 23 tgs request response. Hey, look at the green. So it means the server is the attack box machine is freaking out. I think the password is password 123 or something. To wait for it, so the next thing is to we need to go to that, because remember the room we talk about SMB share. We need access to that backup. Okay, I think he got it. Let's quit. We only need one to test it. I don't want to crash the machine. So he got password 123, but for which user? That one. Let's try put save it here. Which user he was cracking? File svc. Okay. So now we can go to SMB client. We can go to SMB client and try to access that because the user is domain. Let's get the domain, and then what, file underscore svc, and then we need to go to that share that we badly we need to access to it, to 110 to 140, that backup file, that backup folder, because if that folder what the password? The password is password 123 double exclamation mark ls. Now we can get, so we can get backup extract.txt, and then we got it. So we can exit. If I do cat extract, backup extractor, and we get funny stuff here. Not funny, because this is NTLM for certain users. What exactly I was supposed to let me test something. Crack, what are crack things? Crack me, crack mac, crack SMB 10.210.140. For example, if we go to minus user, this new user we got now, this file svc with minus p password 123 double exclamation mark. Let's see if I have a local authentication. Okay. Okay, let's not let's clear these things. I don't know what I was doing. Let's cut backup things. This one is because they give us NTLM, so we're interested in the last part. This is the hash that we look in. Didn't do auto. How to do auto? I'm not sure. Do bash script or something, but we can start testing one by one if you want. We can just crack me if you can. Mapexec. SMB, you give it at IP 210.140. You give it user. What is the user? Let's start with web server. minus the hash. What's the hash for the web server? The last one is the hash. What I did wrong? States login failure. So you can test one by one. The one that worked is, which one did worked? File server. The file server is the one that did work. I'm not sure how to automate it in Bash or something, but I think the file server is the one that worked. Let's test the file server. Oops. Not you. File server. The one for file server did. Now we got pawn, so we know the file server one. Now we can go straight to a couple of things we can work with. We can go with wme exec, or exec, for example. We can go to this one. Need we can go with this one. The username is file escape server, and then we have the dollar. We need to do the dollar things, and then it's at 10.10 210 140, and then we have the hashes, and then we can give it the hash. No, not you. Who is the hash that did work? This one. Not enough value to unpack. Oh, I forgot about that funny things. And now we got who am I, and then here you can go straight to because it hasn't made administration access, so you can do cd. Where are you? Where am I now here? I'm in a C, so you can go cd users. I'm getting confused now. Directory, you are in the C. This one is a good shell, so you do administrator desktop, and then you have the flag, so you can get the flag from here. So that's why we couldn't get before. The backup is part of the admin. Now we can do that. We can also use another one. It's which one that our friend we use the WinRM. We can use the SMB exec 2. It has the same I think it's the same thing as we'll work with it. And this one is a bit faster. You go straight to system. You go to system 32. You can go straight to this one, or we can go our friend. You know who's our friend? Evil. You know, evil. RAM always has that -I, and you need to give it that IP 1010 1010 140. I need to give it to user. WinRM doesn't ask for fancy stuff. You just give it, and if I do that, I can remove the bracket here. and it's minus, I think minus h capital letter h, or hashes, or let's try this one. Seriously? 10.10.2.1.0.140 minus user file server minus minus h. And now we got straight what? Because we're not interested in the, we need to go to the admin. We can go to cd administrator desktop, and then we can get the flag. Of course, the next one we can do is what we can do next one. With that format, the same format for this one, we can use that Python script secret dump. It should be the same format. Let's try it. You see, now it's dumping the whole thing. That's so we can just cancel it. I don't. You can do this thousand of them. We're just more interested. If you dumping like that, you are more interested. Where is the one that you're interested on? This one. And then we can get the hash for administrator, and you can go to wherever we did before. For example, even around, we can just say administrator. I don't need to bracket for this one. I can just put administrator now. I'm trying, it's like sleeping. Administrator, and we can put that new hash of administrator. We just got now this one. If it doesn't work, we blame the computer. Yeah, who am I? No. Who am I? Yes. I now become administrator. Yeah, but look, the other one also has administrator things, so we can get that. We can add that. Isn't testing room the only thing? Yeah, part of the confusion you get when you start imitate user, you forget, but there's sometimes the user and the password in the same, and that's how you trick the things, or get the low hanging fruits, like always. Like when you go to a form, you get password admin. Or for example, here is Windows, test the guest, is it enabled? So if you don't get that one, most of the script they need the user to get passwords and things like that. So without it, we can't do it. This is, guys, I hope you like it, and yeah, thank you very much, and have a good day.